case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for.
In 2009, the Supreme Court of the United States heard the case Flores-Figueroa vs. United States, which centered on the interpretation of the term knowingly in criminal statutes. The court was asked to determine whether a Mexican citizen who used counterfeit documents to secure a job was guilty of aggravated identity theft. This crime carries a 2-year prison term for individuals who knowingly transfer, possess, or use someone else's identification without lawful authority. The key issue was whether the government needed to prove that the defendant knew the means of identification belonged to another person to convict them under the law. The Supreme Court ultimately decided that the defendant had to have known that the means of identification they were unlawfully transferring, possessing, or using belonged to another person in order to be found guilty. This meant that the prosecution was required to prove that the defendant was aware that the identification was real and belonged to another person, rather than simply using a fake ID. In their ruling, the court held that for a conviction under 18 U.S.C. Section 1028A, A1, the defendant must have knowingly used another person's identification. They concluded that the term knowingly applied to all elements of the crime, and it was the prosecutor's responsibility to prove the defendant's awareness. As a result, the Supreme Court reversed the judgment of the Court of Appeals and remanded the case for further proceedings.
Case briefs, and so much more. LSData's got what you're looking for. Visit lsd.law, elevate your mind. Leave the stress of class.